The Hateful Eight is Tarantino's smallest film to date. It crams everything Tarantino into an incredibly small location, and it's as good as his previous movies in terms of writing and better from a technical perspective. There are a lot of things that I expected this movie to do, and most of the time I was impressed they restrained from doing so, but there are still a few times in which my expectations were unfortunately proven to be correct. Tarantino's screenplay, as always, is pretty damn good. The film has far more mystery to it than any of his previous entries, and his ability to craft the story in such a way that he leaves you wondering who did what and who they really are is quite impressive. The way the film reveals these details to you is incredibly satisfying and entertaining. Much like the rest of Tarantino's work, the best part of this movie is the characters, but there are a lot of moments that I noticed where the characters were doing things that really didn't make any sense in the context of the movie. There are moments where I thought the characters became very suddenly immature and it was really out of place. I will add that the people I saw this film with didn't notice, so it might not bother a lot of people. The acting is fantastic, special mentions for Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Samuel L. Jackson. There are a few monologues for Jackson throughout the movie, and in these moments he really shines. Kurt Russell and Jennifer Jason Leigh's characters are given so many moments to show off their respective actors' talent, and they really take hold of these moments. The way Kurt Russell takes control of the moment is intimidating to say the least, and with Jennifer Jason Leigh at his side all the time, it creates some really great opportunities for her to undermine his authority, and she takes them all. Honestly, the whole cast is given their moments, but these three are the ones who took control of those moments and made them their own. A surprising part of a lot of these moments is how they are handled visually. There aren't a lot of Tarantino movies that are praised for their visuals, but this should definitely be one of them. The 65mm really paid off, and the cinematography is incredibly impressive. Even though they still insist on doing that really weird thing where they have two halves of the same shot on separate focus planes in focus, with that really weird line in the middle that's having an identity crisis over whether it's in or out of focus. Does anybody else notice that? Another surprising aspect of this film is its color palette, which is incredibly pretty and incredibly consistent. It also really suits the movie's environment. Speaking of the environments, the blizzard isn't just a thing you can see, you can hear it as well. I kept waiting for the background sounds of the blizzard to be swept under the rug and forgotten about until they were needed again, but it didn't happen. I was really impressed that they didn't disappear once they weren't needed to convey that there is in fact a blizzard happening. The rest of the sound design is used really well to get the mystery of the story across, and the mixing is also amazing. Out of all the good things I'd heard about The Hateful Eight that aren't Jennifer Jason Leigh's performance, Ennio Morricone's score is probably the most prominent, but also the most disappointing. It's not bad per se, it's really quite good, it's just that there are a number of songs that I didn't think suited the movie. They were far too on the dramatic side for a movie that is far too ridiculous for the kind of music it was using. For the first Tarantino film that I've seen in theaters, it was pretty damn good and pretty damn entertaining. Hateful 8 out of 10.